Union Home Minister Amit Shah paid tribute to the victims of the brutal terror attack in Pahalgam that killed 27 tourists. Home Minister Amit Shah and Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir Omar Abdullah will now go to Anantnag to take stock of the situation. And they will also do an aerial survey of the Baisaran area where the attack took place. Now, the attack took place at Baisaran, as I mentioned, which is a meadow. It is accessible only on foot by tourists or on horsebacks or on ponies, where a group of tourists had gone visiting on Tuesday morning. I repeat, this is a picnic location. It is a picnic spot. It is a tourist spot. Let's take a look at how this dastardly attack unfolded. These are scenes of the Indian Home Minister at the police control room in Srinagar as he meets families of those who were killed as their bodies have been brought to the PCR in Srinagar. Indian Home Minister arrived in Jammu and Kashmir last evening, hours after that deadly attack in Baisaran in Pahalgam. The death toll as of now stands confirmed at 27. These were tourists, and it included an intelligence bureau official and a naval officer.
आप बोले ना मुझे हम साथ में मैडम ये जो भीड़ सब है प्रेशर आप टेंशन मत लो साइड पे यार ओ यार साइड पे
All right, for more on this, we are now being joined live by Dr. S.P. Vaid from Jammu. He is a former DGP, Jammu and Kashmir. Dr. Vaid, thank you so much for joining me here on the broadcast. Difficult times, dastardly attack which has taken place, worst India has seen in recent times. As of now, we know that the Home Minister will be heading towards Anantnag. There are also reports suggesting he may be taking an aerial survey of the Baisaran region, the meadow where that attack took place. If you can give us a better understanding of where things stand as of now, and if there's any change in that death count. We confirmed 27 last.
I'm told the toll has risen, and this is very well planned attack with orders from across the border. There is correlation between what Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir was talking. If you recall, 2 days back, this explosive statement he made, talking of two-nation theory, talking of that we Muslims and Hindus are different nations. We are different in culture, in language, in our customs, in our food habits. Kashmir is our jugular vein. So if you recall that statement and this major incident happening after 2 or 3 days of that statement has some linkages. And if you recall, a few months back, Hamas leaders came to POK. The Pakistan Army facilitated their coming, and they interacted with Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists and the Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists in POK. And this is, I would say, Pulwama 2 moment of India, and something on a smaller scale of 7th October attack, Hamas attack on Israel. If you recall that moment, those victims were enjoying the music festival in Israel. Here, tourists had come to enjoy the meadows of Kashmir. there is a correlation between what is happening. It's not just. In fact, earlier also I was mentioning there are some Pakistan Army regulars operating in. They have managed to infiltrate some SSG commandos of Pakistan Army in the garb of terrorists are inside. About 70 to 80 terrorists in groups of 4 to 5 are operating in the hills of Jammu region.
Yes.
10 districts of Jammu, and about 80 to 90 terrorists again in small numbers are operating in Kashmir Valley, and some of them are Pakistan Army regulars and retirees. Also, see, the more than 90% of the terrorists who are operating both in Valley and in Jammu region are from Pakistan region. They are not locals, and they are getting local support. There is no doubt that this kind of attack cannot happen without local support being provided. There are black sheep amongst us who are helping these terrorists undertake that.
Yes.
So I think India needs to. It's a moment India needs to think of various options. Those who have managed to enter the LOC and the IB and come inside, we need to go all out after them and eliminate them. And maybe we have to think of some action across also. And I think Prime Minister has cut short his visit. He's come back to India, holding series of meetings. The Honorable Home Minister is in Kashmir Valley, taking stock, interacting with the heads of the security forces. I think something big action needs to be taken. We need to actually break the backbone of Pakistan Army. You know how Pakistan Army is facing internal problems.
So Pakistan's economy is definitely in tatters, and at this point, if we just go back to that speech from the army chief in Pakistan, talking about the communal divide, talking about Pakistan's jugular vein, and talking about how that became the two-nation theory, and if you connect it to what has happened just hours ago in Pahalgam, 2:30 p.m. yesterday at India Standard Time in Baisaran, they were identified as non-Muslims and then they were shot dead. Do you find, as you mentioned, that this is an extension of what the army chief in Pakistan had said? But at this point, Baisaran is a tourist spot. It was clear that they were going to attack tourists. It was going to send a message. India's response here is going to be watched. The entire global community has come together to condemn this attack. But as far as India's response is concerned, are there going to be specific spots? You understand the region better than anybody. What kind of spots or what kind of reaction do you expect, or would you suggest India to now take?
See, we have a flux of tourists in these areas, and some of the areas now, this place of incident yesterday is a place which is a little away from the town. And you have to only track it or go on the horse. So ideally, this place should have been covered by security forces. I really wonder why that was not done. I would call it a security lapse when so much tourism is coming. I think some presence of security forces should have been there. The terrorists had almost free run in that area. So I think on that front, I would say there are intelligence shortcomings. The local people should have known if terrorists had racket and had come in this number 5 to 6. So I think that part definitely the Honorable Home Minister must be looking into. How did terrorists manage to come and attack this way? And they had almost free run for some time. Security forces took time to react. There should have been a presence of security forces when so much of tourism is taking place, and that would be a place like this. So we have many such places also in Gulmarg, also in Sonamarg. So the tourists should be advised not to venture out in areas which are not covered by security presence. I think that should be number one advice from the administration of Jammu and Kashmir and security forces. We also need to ensure that we identify all these terrorist groups operating and we go after all out against these people. And,
Dr. Vaid, at this point, this is when these reactions were coming in from all over the world, and it was clear that even Prime Minister Modi is watching this absolutely development by development. He has cut short his visit to Saudi Arabia. He's coming back. After that, we hear of news of that incursion which was being attempted by terrorists in Uri. 2 terrorists have been killed. That's the latest we know on that front. And then there are also unconfirmed reports suggesting a ceasefire violation by Pakistan in Poonch. That also happens after this entire news has reached the entire world, and India is watching it and condemning it very strongly. What kind of a message is this now sending to India? Is Pakistan absolutely, are they not at all bothered by the kind of reaction that they can expect at this point?
See, the whole world is standing with India. You see the statement of President of US, President of Russia, Israel, many countries. They are all conveying to Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi, and the whole world stands with India at this moment. Pakistan, in fact, going for ceasefire with Pakistan was a strategic mistake. That's my personal view. I don't know why Indian Army agreed to that, because that helps Pakistan to focus more on the Western Front where it is facing problem. So I expect escalation, because the kind of thinking which Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir, he is actually trying to raise this bogey of Kashmir, realizing that it has almost slipped out of their hand, wanting to get international attention and also the attention of his people, because they are almost revolting this Pakistan army in different parts of the Pakistan country. So Pakistan would be expecting a response from India. I have no doubt about it. But under Asim Munir, this is going to be escalation, and violation in Poonch and infiltration within Uri area is part of that.
Dr. S.P. Vaid, thank you so much for joining me here on the broadcast. That was Dr. Vaid, former DGP, Jammu and Kashmir. You are expecting an escalation going forward, and the death count is also expected to rise further. 27 was the last confirmed count we have, but reports are suggesting a higher death count than that. We will be tracking this closely as we continue to do that right here on WION World is One.